I don't smoke hope. I don't sip it. I don't sprinkle it in tea. I mainline it. I tie the ribbon tight around tomorrow and push the needle straight into maybe. I learned early how to cook a future in a rusted spoon. A little dream, a little lie, a little room. I watched the sky turn pharmacy blue above my head, and every sunrise told another promise I could thread. Hope, they said it heals you, but nobody warned me how good it feels when it burns. I run on hopium, straight through the vein, hoping the bloodstream, numbing the pain. I run on hopium, diluted dreams, truth in the distance, or so it seems. Hope, 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 hope. I cut tomorrow with a little faith to stretch the dose. Your preacher smiles, the dealer nods, they both get close. I chase the shimmer of a better day through broken glass. A phantom promise in a syringe of ifs and past. Some people pray, some people drink, some people vanish inside a screen. I just keep chasing that velvet rush of almost. Maybe, then I'll quit tomorrow.
The signs in passing cars, reflections bending who we are. Time moves sideways when you stay close enough to drift away.
We don't say it out loud,
but the silence knows how. We're still moving in the afterglow. Hands let go, but the signal holds. Every shadow learns our name. Still moving, not the same. After the glow. Neon slips between our words, promises that never burn. I don't chase what I can't see, but it cheats on following me.
We don't need to define
what keeps pulling us inside. We're still moving in the afterglow. Every beat says don't let go. Every night rewrites the frame. Still moving,
Lord have mercy.
Not the same.
Y'all ain't
hold the
right.
moment
Before it decides. not the same. After the glow, I'm starting to sweat a little bit, but I'm keeping my cool. Heat on skin, eyes don't blink, pulse up high, mind stays thin, tongue on fire,
Ain't right.
posture still, let it hit, bend, don't spill. Pressure talks, I don't rush. Let it burn, I stay sharp. I keep my cool, under flame, still in frame, still my name. I keep my cool, no display, let it play, I don't sway. Salt on lips,
Lord have mercy.
breath is slow,
Y'all ain't right.
signal loud, ego low. Every bite cuts the room, I respond, not consume. Body screams, mind decides, I don't leak what's inside. I keep my cool, under flame, still in frame, still my name. I keep my cool, no release, no retreat, only ease. Control is numb, it's staying present. Pain is the question I answer clean. Still here, ask again. He can try it, I don't hide, I don't fight. I keep my cool, let it rise, let it die, fly out loud. Sweat dries off, lights stay off, still talking, moving off. Choose a seat.
Anyone. Clock with no hands. Door half open.
I'm already sitting.
You're mid-sentence.
I took the chair with the better view, leather cracked where the doubt leaked through. You point left like it matters who gets to measure the angle of truth. 11 ways to divide a rule, ladder leaning toward altitude, swinging the cord like childhood proof, stool in the middle for self-abuse. You say it's neutral, I say it's staged.
Oh, hey.
Every position is slightly caged. Choose a seat, choose a side, choose the height where the masks align. Pick a tone, pick a theory, tell me which version sounds most cheery. I'm already where the ceiling must leave the same.
Just listening to music, that's how you pop on for a second.
Choose a seat. Choose. Wheelies a symmetry. Diagnose the irony. Choose a seat, choose a skin, choose a version you're walking in. Pick a frame, pick a cherry, sweet illusion, temporary. Choose a seat, choose a skin, choose a seat. Javira, 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 A bee doesn't waste time explaining honey to flies. I used to waste my oxygen talking in circles again and again. Every argument smelled the same, different face but a different name. You love the noise, you love the fight. You chew on garbage every night. I try to show a sweeter way, but flies don't care what bees might say. Why am I shouting at the wall? Why do I answer every call? If you prefer the rotten lies, that's your kingdom of flies. Don't explain honey to flies. Don't waste truth on hungry lies. Be the bee and let it be. Not my swarm, not my tree. Don't explain honey to flies. Let them buzz in their disguise. Make your gold, let sweetness rise. Don't explain honey to flies. I watched 1,000 comment wars, keyboard kings and digital roars. Everyone shouting truth so loud, standing proud in a buzzing crowd. But wisdom moves a different way. It builds the hive, it makes the day. Some minds want the sugar high, some want the garbage pile nearby. I see the pattern crystal clear. Energy's gold and time is dear. You chase the stink and call it wise. I'll make honey while you argue with flies. Don't explain honey to flies. Don't waste truth on hungry lies. Be the bee and let it be. Not my swarm, not my tree. Don't explain honey to flies. Let them buzz in their disguise. Make your gold, let sweetness rise. Don't explain honey to flies. Energy is currency. Spend it where the sweetness grows. You can shout across the sky, but flies still love what the garbage knows. So I'm done explaining light to creatures worshipping the night. Don't explain honey to flies. Don't waste truth on hungry lies.
quiet rooms where pressure learns to breathe. A thought becomes a pattern first, then teaches me to move. Every step I never planned still answers what I knew. The mind draws maps, the body reads and calls it something true. The echo always travels before the sound is known. I never cross a line I haven't already overthrown. And you drip from the lip and you grow with the flow. So was above is those down below. Every motion mirrors motion, every seed I've ever sown. What I carry in the current is the only world I've known. Watch my shadow teach the light how far it wants to fall. No hands involved, just gravity responding to the call. I don't pray for revelation, I trace it in the grain. Every outcome wears the shape of how I chose the frame. The ceiling was a mirror, the floor a waiting sign. I stopped asking what would happen when I noticed it was mine. And you trip from the lip and you grow with the flow. That soul was above is those down below. Every motion mirrors motion, every truth I never told. What I speak into existence is the form it always holds. No crown without the weight, no depth without the height. I don't fight the revelation, I allow. And you trip from the lip and you grow with the flow. Where soul was above is those down below. Every thought becomes emotion, every motion finds its wall. I am standing in the pattern I designed but didn't know.
Quédate aquí, don't pull away. Tu sombra knows me even when you don't say. Quédate cerca, don't drift away. Tu voz me toca even when you don't say. Quédate en sombras, don't turn away. Tu echo follows me when you don't say. Let it feel pause in your breath, like a truth you almost gave. You look through me, not at me, and I still stay. Don't say
Hey, chat. Welcome back to Them Boys Ain't Right. Here we are again with another day. I know it's the first day, episode 0 Alpha, but here we are with Mr. Steve. Steve, take the show away.
Hey, brother, how's your day going?
Good. How you doing, man?
Good. I went to opening day at our AAA team, the Buffalo Bisons, and although it got to about 32 degrees, the sun was shining,
Yeah.
so it's pretty good. Yeah,
So, like
good
true
chance for the.
Buffalo fans, you're out there in the cold waiting for your team to play.
Yeah, that sun really helped. We got a day from not having some rain, and we just naturally had some sunshine, and 32 felt like 82. Felt
Yeah.
like Columbia on a nice day.
Yeah. Yeah. Old Columbia days, man. It's warm here today, you know?
I imagine. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
And shorts and a t-shirt.
Tell me
So-
how much it sucks here.
Yeah. You chose to go north, sir.
Yeah, okay.
Anyway, so
But
what's
there's
happened
great
in the world?
things.
What's happened in the world today? What do you got to talk to us about today?
Well, I thought about some things, and everyone thinks of things on a macro level and then sometimes on a minute level. For instance, if people ask, like, oh, what's affecting us? Well, today we're upset about gas prices being at, I don't know, $3.66 a gallon, maybe here in Buffalo. What's it for you?
Yeah, that's a good question. You know, I don't drive anymore, man. Yeah.
Someone's got to pay for the gas.
I pay for the gas. I just don't know how it's consumed. You know, I want to say we're in the low $3 a gallon right now.
Yeah, probably.
Something like that.
I would think, yeah.
We do have the
A little bit.
interwebs and the searchables that we could just Google it if we wanted to.
Sorry, I had a little cough there. Didn't want to kill everybody on the stream. Well, one, before I start off, man, that music was pretty killer. I like what you came up with
Oh yeah.
in the intro. So I kind of typed to the chat that's auditory ecstasy. I didn't put at, so
Yeah.
I might have missed that. But you make a lot of great music, and you even helped me make a song. Maybe we'll have that on one day.
Maybe we'll even have a TBAR song one day.
Yeah, we got to work on that. Maybe we should do it live. That'd be really cool.
Hey, chat, subscribe and follow Auditory Ecstasy. I'll be pushing this a lot.
Oh, I thought that was American Eagle. Sorry, buddy.
That's AE. That's the new imagery for Auditory Ecstasy. That's one of them. Yeah, you thought it was American. Steve, while you were sleeping, I bought into American Eagle too. Yeah.
So I guess as I started off earlier on gas prices, I wanted to think more of a macro picture on that. I wanted to think in the terms of like whoever controls the monetary system or the energy corridors, rather, because we always talk about things like the Hormuz Strait, and of course, Iran is wants to be the boss of that through bullying. They're the one that developed close to nuclear weapons and 30,000 missiles, et cetera. And then in the Red Sea, that corridor up through the Suez Canal, they're paying the Houthis out of Yemen, and I guess to describe who the Houthis are, they're a gosh, every time I talk about something, it may lead into a deeper hole, but they're side with the Iranians to make it simple and not get it into details about religious sects and spin-offs, but to make it easy, they support the Iranians. The Iranians are using them now to pressure the U.S. to, if you don't agree with these upcoming negotiations and the Yemeni Houthis that now control the country for the most part will block that corridor up to um, through the Red Sea. So anyway, so it came to me is at the macro level, is this not a good thing for us, even though it's a short term benefit? Would you agree before I get into everything that probably the majority of the Americans are thinking living paycheck to paycheck, day to day, and are just concerned about prices today? Is that a fair statement?
I would believe that.
Yeah. And so when we talk about these corridors that are blocked off by Iranians and Iranian proxies to travel around anywhere other to escape these two narrow sea passages, it would be four times the price, quadrupling the price. So there's another part in there that I'd like to talk to, and that's different countries interested in artificial intelligence and becoming first place. And so, what do they need for that? And I would say energy. So, I kind of want to talk about two things. One, in the traditional sense, is the energy itself. And then the second is the newest up and coming banging artificial intelligence. And who's going to be the master of that when it costs so much to run these data centers? Am I correct on that by saying data centers tied to AI?
Yeah. So
Or is that something totally separate?
it's not the area I focus on every day are the data centers. I hear about it a lot. I hear that there is there's this push, this race, whatever you want to call it, to make the biggest data centers. I think that's because people are hedging for the vision of the future. I think right now, for someone like you and I to use artificial intelligence as everyone uses the word right now, there is no real energy consumption right now for us to use artificial intelligence. Now, I'm not saying that the grand servers in the sky that's hosting all this artificial intelligence isn't consuming a lot of energy, because there's a lot of us end users using our chat gpt and making videos and making imagery and that sort of stuff.
Sure.
Not going to argue that. Here's what I'm going to say. uh, an individual has the power right now to go to what's called base 44
Hmm.
and go in and talk to it like you would chat gpt, like in a chat message, and you
Yeah.
can develop your own application by talking to it.
Ah, very cool. And all that is revolving around, for stupid people like me, um, some type of energy need to produce something that could do all that. And so I think our goal maybe in all this is to neutralize every channel of energy that is outside of the dollar system. Maybe within the next 90 days, maybe within the next 6 months. Because what we have, as some people may or may not know, is the uh, the fact that, like, Iran right now is charging or requesting 2 million won for everyone to pass. So that's outside of the dollar system. So so we're trying to get that back in, because the petrodollar, as I understand it, and there's probably people that will come on that know much more about it than I do, um, is really kind of saving America. If we're back in, I don't know, 1950 or whatever, we made the first deals with Saudi Arabia that every purchase is of oil, and we're going to send our U.S. companies there, Aramco, Chevron, et cetera, that you're going to pay U.S. dollars. That's going to be the monetary foundation for what you pay for oil for. And now we have BRICS that's trying to circumvent and, for their own benefit, it makes sense to make them more powerful. I think we are fighting back on that. And we want to keep that petrodollar that boosts the United States. So I think when some people say like America first and they wonder why we're doing this, I think this is why we're doing this. Our goal, in my opinion, is to achieve, whether it's Venezuela, whether it's Iran, a compliant government. So we don't care if you are IRGC in charge. We don't care if, obviously, if you're in Venezuela, that you're from the same, uh, mind thought of Maduro. What we want is you to comply with the petrodollar. Because if you get outside of that and and you start playing in rubles and you start paying in yuan and we don't collect on that, then America is in for a kind of hurt. And I don't know if what I'm saying makes sense, or you could look at that or ask questions or on what I mean by the petrodollar and what I mean that we
That's
need
exactly
to
what I was
do
going to ask you
everything
about
again.
for chat, especially. I don't know how many people are going to be listening to us that pay attention to current events deeply, or markets, or money and movement and international movement of money. Take a moment and explain what the petrodollar is, what a quick history, and where we are today with the petrodollar.
So I think we would need to look that up
So we're not smart enough,
on
is what you're
on,
saying.
on
Yeah.
Google.
Yeah.
What I'm smart enough to know is that we rely on the petrodollar. We have,
Uh-huh.
and then about a couple years ago, a couple nations got together and said we're going to have BRICS, and we're going to break that euro dollar, and we are going to uh, use our own currency to pay for oil. We're no longer going to pay the United States dollar to buy. So we're not going to trade our own currency for US dollars and then buy that oil or gas with US dollars. We're going to talk to those countries and we're going to pay directly with our own currency and we're going to start trading with our own currencies. Obviously, they're going to lose money on that, but obviously, we need that to exist as the protectors of the world.
So
We are the last democratic. I, I would agree. If we want democracy to be around the world, we're the last democratic solution for that. And so we need payment for that. But go ahead, Jimmy. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to
No.
interrupt.
That's okay. Hey, by any chance, has the CIA paid you to say this?
Not much.
Not much. Okay, good. Well, I didn't get a cut, just so you know.
Yeah.
If you look at the screen, which I'm sharing,
Okay.
I hope it's sharing right now. That is the
Yeah.
that's the AI summary of what the petrodollar is there. So if you want to read that.
Yeah. It's a global practice of trading in U.S. dollars. Uh, a system has underpinned American dollar status as the world's dominant reserve currency since the 1970s. Under this arrangement, oil producing nations, particularly the Gulf, accept payment in dollars and reinvest their surplus reserves back into U.S. financial assets, such as treasury bonds, a process known as petrodollar recycling. So that's it. A lot of the U.S. and how we're built to be the strongest economy in the world, frankly, relies heavily on the petrodollar.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. So go ahead.
So I'm wondering how many Americans understand how their American life is tied to the petrodollar, and if they even contemplate that. Like, what happens to my lifestyle if the petrodollar goes away?
Well, it significantly deteriorates, I would imagine. And again, I'm not an economist. I'll tell you, and the people there. I'm just a guy who does analysis and stuff for the military, and I'm trying to think of what's going on in kind of a macro picture instead of like what's going to happen tomorrow.
Right.
Um,
But you're
I
right.
mean,
Every Americans
there's
live
rooms for
now.
that.
Americans live right now for the moment, and I don't think most Americans really even have like an investment portfolio for themselves because they do probably live paycheck to paycheck most.
Yeah, probably
And
50% or more. Yeah.
and
Yeah.
if that is true, if we're so I'm guessing, right? I'm guessing most Americans work to paycheck. If that's true, I would imagine all those Americans do not have what they consider time to understand all this. They've, I would argue,
No,
they would argue, I don't have time for that. I barely have time to go to work, come home, see my spouse, my kids if they have any, take care of the dog, whatever, and then fill some entertainment into their life,
sure.
which what becomes common now, I believe, is the entertainment to self and the scrolling and that kind of stuff. But okay, whatever time you're filling to self, you're still going to look for that. So where is all the time to be inquisitive? And then where is the time to seek the answers to your questions and then have a thought analysis so that you have greater understanding? That's going to require a lot of time to do that.
Sure. Yeah. You know where you come? You come the them boys ain't right show.
That's right. You come to TBAR and you listen to us spout shit at what you need to know. I'm just kidding.
By a bunch of morons.
By two morons.
News you didn't want to know by people you didn't
From
want to
guys
hear
you didn't
from.
expect. Right. Something like that. That's our tagline. See, we don't even know our damn tagline. That's how chaotic this is. I know.
Shucks.
I know.
So, so if I go back also in a kind of a macro level too, I don't even know if it was coordinated or what, but I would say that there was a first step in this, and I would say that that would be Europe, and I would say
Could you mean Ukraine?
by Europe I mean Ukraine,
Oh.
and so I don't think it was planned, obviously, by Ukraine or Europe, but I can remember. I don't remember if you remember, and I'm going to start with this and then go back.
Right.
But there was a Nord Stream and a Nord Stream 2 or something like that. And the Europeans were happy because they were getting natural gas, I believe that was carrying, straight from Russia. And then the United States was a little bit worried about that and saying, hey, you're going to be building up Russia. Who's your enemy? And you should not do that. And then I'm pretty sure the Nord Stream pipeline was probably destroyed by us.
It blew up. Let's
It
refer to it.
blew up.
Yeah. Let's refer to it like Spanish reflexive. It blew up.
Yeah. I didn't drop the cup.
The cup se
fell
cayó.
itself.
Yeah, exactly.
So we may have taken on a little bit of Spanish language here.
You know,
I don't know.
the chat. Me and Steve met each other in Panama after language school. Like I'm sure we were at language school at the same time, but I don't think we knew each other at language school.
Yeah, maybe slightly off, but
Yeah.
yeah.
And then Panama, and that's where the debauchery and the debacles start.
Yeah. That'll be another time.
Those are future episodes. Stick with us, chat. You'll hear them.
But whether the Russians started it, which they did, let's be blatant. But I don't know that they know that they kicked off something that's starting to spiral into or our government even knows. But the way I look at it is at one point they had that pipeline, and I think it exported something in the neighborhood of 150 billion cubic meters of gas. And today, now that it's bombed, it's down to about 40. So the Nord Stream after it was destroyed, then pretty much changed the European, uh, the entire European energy system permanently. So when I say that, the U.S. at that time was providing Europe's natural gas to the our area around 28%. You might have to go on Grok to look that up, but today we're probably at around 58, 60%. So now they're buying from us, right? We destroyed that pipeline to Russia, put sanctions on Russia. Now they have to come to us
Did
for
we
natural
claim that?
gas.
Did we actually claim that ever, that we destroyed that pipeline?
No, no, I don't think so.
Because I think you just said we destroyed the pipeline. And
I,
then,
yeah, well, you want to call me on it?
oh no,
Yeah.
I'm not calling you on it. This is going live right now. I don't have to call
No,
you on
no,
anything.
no,
It
no,
just
I'm joking
occurred.
about
Yeah.
that. What I'm saying is, who else would desire to gain a 34?
Hey,
No, I'm
yeah,
hypothetically.
yeah.
Well, I'm not saying we did it. Maybe we paid somebody else to do it.
I have
I
a
don't know
feeling
how
we're
that.
already targeted, sir.
So
I have,
so factually, that happened. I don't know who did it,
yeah.
honestly, but I can tell you who the benefit of it uh, is. Now we're exporting 60% instead of Russia. You know,
Yeah.
to the tune of probably 111 to around 110 billion cubic tons or whatever it was.
All right.
So if Russia back then was supplying 150, we have made up for it with 110 of it now being purchased in the United States. So again, because I talk about AI, you could probably look me up, and you probably should fact check me.
Okay.
But what I'm trying to say in generalities is it's about that month. And I surely wouldn't want people to come to us and say, like, that motherfucker's making shit up. I'm trying to be
Hey,
as
this is a family show, sir. There will be no motherfuckers mentioned on the show.
that
Please.
son of a gun.
Yeah, thank you.
Bang bang. All right. So
All right.
so what's that done? Even if we bothered to look, it's probably pretty close, right?
Sure.
So now we've have Europe kind of in our pocket. And this is what I'm talking about controlling um, whether it's Russia, whether it's Venezuela, whether it's Iran. All these other countries are now going to have to come to us. But before we go to Venezuela, let's talk about Syria for a minute.
Okay.
So, not many people know China had something, a critical node that they were calling the Belt and Road Initiative through the Mediterranean. I don't know if you've ever heard that term before. The
Heard of
Belt
it.
and Road. Yeah.
Something went wrong. Please try again.
Uh-oh. What's that?
Uh, I think Alexa doesn't like what we're talking about.
Hey, I
Something
told
went
you
wrong.
the Christians in action are going to be watching us, man. You know
Something went wrong. He's speaking the truth.
Yeah.
Shut
Can't
down
have
the
that.
electricity to this house immediately.
Yeah. There you go. The Belt and Road Initiative, or BRI, launched by President Xi Jinping in 2013 as a massive Chinese global infrastructure and economic development strategy aiming to connect Asia, Europe, and Africa through vast trade networks.
Yeah. And so I narrowed it down to the Middle Eastern one when I was talking about the supply chain through Syria and stuff like that. To get as their way of their ancient term of the remember the old Silk Road that the Romans used in the so this is their new Belt and Road, but the Pacific specific path to the Mediterranean. So they were trying to link Iran, Iraq, and Syria to bypass the Western maritime choke points. Frankly, that was it. And now they're kind of, especially if we have Iran, uh, uh, Venezuela, and all that, that they're just losing more and more and more oil. So their goal of paying Iran with yuan and the BRICS nations trying to subvert that monetary, that is all now falling apart. And so now it's once Syria was destroyed, and ah, somebody that is a Syrian expert would have to come on and tell me more. But I believe we said, even though he was the Syrian president or the one in control is linked to some terrorist group that we may not have been friendly with in the past. We've said we're going to help you out, and I imagine we said we're going to help you out because you're going to get on board with us, at least in regards to this one kind of thing. I would guess that. So then we had Venezuela in January. So do I know? I was really confused during that time. When you saw all these U.S. ships circling Venezuela at that time, did you have any thoughts of like, what is the government doing at that time?
Oh man, the former me would have, but now I'm so self-consumed with this business and this stuff. But okay, so I had to say that to say I heard a bunch. There were probably some thoughts of, oh, I bet you we're going to invade Latin America, something like
Yeah.
that it was my thought. I didn't know where exactly. I didn't know, if Venezuela would be a target per se. There's plenty of places I'm sure the U.S. has interest in looking at in Central and South America. But yeah, I was amazed with the after story. It seems science fiction to me based off when we were in, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It sounds science fiction, new weapons that affect the physiology where you don't fire a bullet and people just cringe over and kind
That
of
is pretty
pain.
cool. What do you call
Yeah.
that? The discombobulator?
Or whatever, or the kind of heat ray kind of thing that makes you feel like you're catching on fire, so you just drop your weapon, I guess, and run or something.
Oh, that's what President Trump had said. We used our discombobulator gun or something
Or
along that line.
discombobulator.
Hey, he called it discombobulator weapon or gun or something.
Okay, all right.
And people were throwing up in the streets and
So
couldn't
that's
fight
the
back.
first time I've ever heard of or seen, like on the news, like civilian briefing of an operation that went off like flawless with high technology. I started thinking, the first thing I thought of is, well, they're lying to us. They're just mitigating our loss. That's the first thing I thought of. You know what I mean? They're mitigating our knowledge of loss. What I mean?
Dude, did you ever see that guy that got I think the Medal of Honor during one of President Trump's
Yeah, the pilot,
events?
the 160th guy that just got,
Did that guy not look like fucking Superman?
He did. He had that square. He's a W5.
like-
He's a unicorn, man.
I was like, that guy
Hey,
looks like he can pull his jacket off and there's an S under it.
well, he's a W5. I mean, he's a unicorn, like I say, I mean,
yeah.
yeah.
I was like,
hey, how many W5s do you think there are in the entire army?
Gosh, I don't know.
I'll tell you what, I'm going to Google that real
I've met
quick.
a couple, but not that many.
Let's see.
I've met like 2 in my life, I think.
Yeah, I know. It's a very rare rank if you're comparing ranks, Okay, let's see what the intrawebs say. Ooh, get this. Okay, take a guess. Guess a number. Give me a number.
I'm going to say 25.
25 is a number? There's only 25 of them in the entire army?
Yeah, that was my guess.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you're way under. There's 1,400
1,400
CW5 personnel in the army.
They're passing that shit out like candy.
Yeah, but that's out of what, like a 1.7 million number set, something like that. So yeah, they're your unicorn.
Now I have less respect for the one I've met.
Ah,
You're
listen to you.
1400.
Listen to this guy. Spoken like a true NCO retiree. Don't get mad at us because you didn't choose the right rank structure.
I thought about it one time. I really did.
Yeah. Hold on.
but,
Okay, now compared to, I'm going to see how many SFCs are in the Army. Let's see what that number looks like.
Yeah, 20,000. I don't know.
Something like that. Hold on. Let's see. I'm looking for a number. It's not giving me a number. It's just telling me what it is. I know what it is. Did you know they manage 30 to 40 soldiers as section leaders and generally have 10 to 18 years in? Oh, well, I've already lost interest. There's a lot.
Yeah.
There's a lot compared to a W5. I don't want to waste the show time. Chat, how was that? Was that riveting? Were you excited that I just wasted your about 3 minutes of your life there?
Oh, who's up? We got somebody here. Rack Smack is
Rack Attack is in. Look at this. Do you know who Rack Smack is?
Active. No, I don't know.
That is Mr. Josh Rackley, co-host of Dancing with Ourselves.
Project a Focus B.
Oh, there you go. Rack, you're gonna be my moderator, please. Tell Steve all the little back data. Josh is good at this. There's 900,000 in the Army, Sergeant First Class, according to Josh.
There's only like 1 million people in the Army.
Hey, wait, that's right. How can there be 900,000? Yeah. Josh, you sure you did that right? Added in an extra zero. Forgot to carry a
the
one.
Number one spot in chat. Hey, is there a way that we could, if ever we wanted a guest, to like give an email where they could request, hey, can I come on as a guest?
Oh, absolutely. They could just request it in the chat. That's the first thing. And then they can always email us at podcast@themboysain'tright. Or you can email james@eaglebradley.com. And all of it will get to the same person, me.
All right, Rack Smack, if you want to come on with your 20 gigawatts of information, we'd be glad to have you on. I want to go back to Venezuela in a minute, but if you could check your email, there was one thing I wanted to show about the most advanced Ski-Doo, talking about modern technology that we're using against Iran.
We're doing the is this the boat one?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I got the boat there.
Let's see if this comes up, and it's pretty cool.
And what are you showing us here with this boat?
So it's a first time employed thing. It's kind of like a Sea-Doo thing, but built like out of armor, and it's going to go against the TAC craft. So it's self-explosive. It's a drone like Sea-Doo, and apparently it's pretty tough.
And we're deploying this in Iran right now?
Yeah.
Okay.
So this was the first look that I saw last night on this thing.
Okay.
I want to go fish with it, but
you want to put a little sound in here?
Yeah, put some sound in there.
They're fast, they're nimble, they're good at evasion. They're really durable.
Let me see
it's
if I
hard
can
to take them out, so it's really not.
I'm going to pause. I'm going to mute this for a second, see if I can hear it.
Want to try and eliminate these with as an adversary. The GARC is a global autonomous reconnaissance craft. The GARC's like a jet ski. It's got very tight handling. It can go and go and go. You know, we don't have.
Yeah, so I see it's playing. I can hear it's playing on YouTube.
Top speed's 40 knots. We've got a working radar.
But I think overall,
is like, see at night.
I've been really interested in this one Sea-Doo. I'm sorry, I'm talking over it.
No, I muted it. Go ahead.
Oh, you muted the video?
Yeah, I muted the audio to the video. You can talk over it. Go ahead.
Oh, I thought it was playing. They're describing it, which describes everything.
Yeah.
But they're talking about it being badass and all that stuff.
Yeah.
And I've always kind of wanted like a Sea-Doo jet ski. And I'm like, man, if I could get a Sea-Doo jet ski that's got a bomb in it and a watering tank for the fish I catch, that'd be awesome. I might go to the Persian Gulf and fish.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Okay. Now,
but anyway, so I just want to show that because as we talk about the ray gun, um, the discombobulator, we're starting to use all kinds of different technologies, and this is a good testing ground right now. But I want to go back to
Chat.
Venezuela, right?
Hold on, before you hit Venezuela, let's circle back to the chat. We got a chattee. Even though we know it's Rack Attack, we want to train ourselves to focus on the chat while we're doing this. So Josh says a death ski.
Yeah, it's not a jet ski, it's a death ski.
Death ski.
Very
It sounds like a
funny.
Polish dude's last name. Death ski.
Get a pierogi and a bomb all at the same time.
Up there in Buffalo with you with all the pierogies. So
I
Venezuela, sir.
I may switch my little laptop so I can see the chat a little bit better. I got it kind of at a 90-degree angle, so I need it maybe at a 45.
Just bring up a browser in front of you on your computer, on the laptop you're using, and mute it.
Yeah, it's muted. I just saw it. Anyway, so now we have Venezuela. So initially, my thoughts, I'll go back because I asked you yours.
Yeah.
I was like, man, we're circling this island because of cartel drugs, and we're spending this much money to send 15 boats, maneuvering bombers that were flying in circles around the island, all this stuff, because there's some cartel members in Venezuela. I didn't really have, I was like, okay, it serves a purpose, but that's not the real purpose.
Right.
So I was like, what is this? It's not making sense to me. So that's how I felt back in January. I was like, there's got to be something more, So now that basically we've taken control of their oil, frankly, we now have control of the world's
Why are
largest...
our prices up then? If we took control of Venezuela's oil, why are our prices up? Because of the Strait of whatever. And aren't we the highest oil reserve holder in the world or something like that? Or is that wrong?
We are. But I think...
So then how can prices be sky high? Because that doesn't go against...
They're not sky high.
That's what I hear. I hear they're sky high.
All right. So we have two things going on, right? If you want to ask me that before I finish this. One, we had a push for electric vehicles. So we had one regime of our own that was pushing for electric vehicles and green energy policies and doing things to raise the price of gas and then to give tax incentives so people would go green. So that's why the price of gas got to $5 a gallon or near $5 a gallon. And so we haven't even hit that $5 a gallon, $4.75, whatever it was. Let's say the national average under the last administration. I'm never going to talk bad about a president. Whoever the president is, then I support. So I'm not a one to attack somebody. I'm more person.
You mean you're American? You mean you're an American?
Well, I just view myself
meaning you
that
support
way.
the system that the Constitution put in. Whoever is elected president, you support him because you're an American, right?
Yeah, that's how I feel about it.
Cool. I like that.
And so my understanding of that time is, people that believed in a portion of that policy. There are, of course, many different things to look at of why people may or may not have voted for him. But one of them was a green thing. And I do think that he was slowing down energy for the purpose of pacifying or satisfying some green programs. So
You're talking about the Biden administration right now, right? Or no?
I'm talking about President Biden's administration.
Right.
I,
Yeah.
I think gas was $1.80 in South Carolina at the end of 4 years. It was
It
probably
did
up
go. It go. I
double
don't.
or something.
Yeah.
Um, and so even with this stuff now, I think in the 1970s when we had long lines and stuff for gas, I think it was up to 150. So we're probably up to 115. But this again goes back to short-term punishment versus long-term gain. And so when I talk about, and I'm not going to talk much more about that, but now that we have Venezuela's strategic reserve and the ability to refresh the export in that country, use the U.S. dollar, which I talk about the petrodollar. Now they're under our guidance for that. They're using the U.S. dollar. We are becoming more and more. So when you talk about who's it going to hurt with the close of Iran and that 20% of oil exportation they provide to the world, that's probably both combined, right? Arab and Persian. This is going to be an important point I bring up in a minute. Is we are not going to be as affected. So most of our oil, as a matter of fact, they have like I think that's called like light oil and then like a heavy oil. And so light oil is probably cheaper to refine, but all of our facilities through Texas, Louisiana, on the south coast of the Gulf, were all built to refine the stuff that Venezuela is producing. So it's weird that we're in the U.S. produce the light one, and then we have to ship it to other countries. Jimmy Carter, dog. You total people. Who's this? That's still rack smack. He's still talking smack. So we're obviously we're not going to be affected as much. We can just take the oil from Venezuela, boil it, refine it here ourselves, et cetera. All these countries are going to start depending upon us, and just the oil from Venezuela alone is an equivalent to about $110 billion a year, profit making thing. So we're going to take advantage of that. So now we get to the last, because we've talked about Russia, right? So there's four. I don't see any more than four. Russia, they started the war with Ukraine. They're getting whacked out at their energy facilities and all that through Ukrainian drones, U.S., European equipment, long strike stuff. So they're going down. We talked a little bit about the pipeline, the China road from up through the Mediterranean to avoid European, American checkpoints. And so now we're talking about the fourth stage, which is now. I can't imagine one after this. But there's a couple interesting things. So we all know, if you watch the news, Israel struck Iran's South Pars gas field, causing, I think they said, about 1/3 of what they could wipe out. That is the world's largest natural gas reserve. So right now, we've already knocked out, say, 25% of it. Then Iran went ballistic and started shooting freaking missiles at everybody and hit Qatar, the Ras Laffan, which is the single largest natural gas facility on Earth. It's responsible for a fifth of the global energy supply of natural gas. So it's going to take Qatar somewhere. It knocked out 15 to 20% of its export capability from that strike from Iran. It's probably going to take 5 to 10 years, probably 5 years, 4 years, 3 years to rebuild that, no less than 3 or 4, to recover that 17%. And now that the Strait of Hormuz is closed, you can imagine European gas prices. As we complain, European gas prices have spiked 70%, and Asia has spiked 50%. So that's significant. So we're taking some lumps, but you have to imagine some of these other countries that are just like really taking the brunt. Um, so even if let's talk about the future. If Iran fell, right? Say they agreed to President Trump's terms, we're now going to either influence or control uh, 40 to 45 million barrels of global production. Well, let's say they make about 100 million gallons or so, or 100. I'm sorry, 100 million barrels of oil. We're going to control at least 40% of that. It's going to be under U.S. control by the time this is done. If that happens, OPEC is no longer going to be the one who sets prices. It's the United States. We have Venezuelan oil, we have U.S. oil. Now we own 40% of Iranian oil. Natural gas, we're probably going to even own more than that. So now that is if everything works out, right? We don't know how everything works out. Right now, we're bombing the junk out of them. We got some U.S. troops coming. We can have another day about strategy of America. I have some thoughts on that, but I don't want it to interfere with that.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, I was
Go
going to
ahead.
say, jump into the numbers real quick, and then let's leave it. What have we committed already? I heard Bragg. I heard Campbell's not going. Bragg's going. They're sending like 1,400, 1,800 troops from Bragg.
Last I heard was, I think I think 2 MUs, so fighting troops, maybe Marines actually on the ground.
Oh,
maybe
that's
around
right. I forgot the expeditionary unit too. Yeah,
4,000, and then about 1,500 from 82nd Airborne that are going to be like an engineer squadron. I'd like to talk another day about the tactics and what I think is good and bad.
Okay.
But today I was just kind of talking about the petrodollar, or what now is evolving into a hydro petro / natural gas dollar.
Not a solar dollar. Why not a solar dollar?
Because
dollar.
that belongs to China. China's going to have the solar dollar.
China has solar. Okay.
China,
So China owns the sun. China owns the sun.
Wow. They do.
Amazing.
Well
done,
I don't
China.
know if I'm rambling too long here. There's a few more things I'm going to wind up with because I don't know what time it is, but I think we're about
1950 right now. We're great. We're about 10 minutes out from doing our final call to action.
So as we're doing all this, I'd like our listeners to. Is Stephen right? Hell yeah, he's right. Fuck yeah, I'm voting on that.
But I thought
the other thing is I think we can see today, right? For those almost like us at one time when we were kind of interested in getting into crypto, we've seen that gold is down 20% from January. I don't know if you know that.
No, I didn't.
From its all-time low. Bitcoin's down 20% on the year. since January.
About 70 something,
Uh,
right? 74, 72, somewhere around there ish.
I think it's around 70. I haven't looked. I know
Well, I
it's
want to
fallen,
remind
but I
chat and the
don't want to
listeners.
open up my trust wallet to look. Go
Yeah,
ahead.
it's good. It's like you owe Trust Wallet, don't you? No, if everyone remembers, Bitcoin, I want to say crested at 110 grand a coin, something
Yeah.
like that.
And I looked at it and I said, I should sell. And I
Mhm.
didn't. I was like a panicking.
Hold it.
Fear of missing.
FOMO.
I had one of those crypto terms. And I was like,
FOMO is
I,
when you're fear of missing out.
I think, I was like, I think I should sell. It's up pretty high.
Did you sell your
And
Safe Moon?
I never did.
Dude, I got taken by Safe Moon.
Yeah.
You did too.
I lost like $3,500 on that.
They stole the money. It wasn't a bad investment. They stole there's two different ideas here. Safe Moon was a real idea that if they didn't commit the crime, it would be working.
Yeah.
And then you had criminals commit a crime and steal your money.
Yeah.
That's gonna go. Hey, if Charles Schwab had that, people would go, "Don't invest." Charles Schwab is a bad investment, and I don't believe that. I think Charles Schwab is a great firm. They manage money well, but that's the analogy I'm using. So imagine
used to have
Charles
a
Schwab
Charles
stole
Schwab
your
account.
money. Yeah.
Yeah. I looked at it too. And I told, just to go back, as like President Trump says, I weave and then I come back. So I'm going to weave for a minute.
Okay, weave and bob, and then we'll see you back in the center. Yeah.
And then I remember talking to you one time. I was like, man, these guys are driving around Ferraris and showing off. And then they were like, hey, we're moving to version 2.0. We should have a crypto conversation one day.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, we're going to cut off a zero or whatever. So you're going to be worth more. The token or coin or whatever is going to be, 10 times higher because there's going to be 10 times less. And I'm like, well, if the natural price is this, what makes you think it's going to go 10 times higher? And so I remember when another time for idiots like me, I was in Gettysburg actually. So I was excited. I was there on a ghost hunt, and I had some time off, and I was looking at it, and so it switched over, and I watched my 3,000 climb to like $7,500, and I was like, "Woo, woo, it's going to the moon!" And I went to sleep. And I woke up and I found out I was in a hole.
Yeah.
So, well, let me wrap up this talk on the petrodollar here real quick, just so we can go to other things. So when we talk about us controlling the oil, as we talked about, Brent oil is already above 100. I think today I went to a baseball game, but yesterday it had climbed to like 106. So I don't even know what it is today, maybe 116 or something. I don't know if it dropped today. But my point is the European and Asian countries, they're liquidating those metals and cryptos to buy dollars. So when we talk about the petrodollar, now they need dollars to buy that oil. So I'm saying oil is the lifeblood of the world. So the reason that there's a 20% drop in Bitcoin, the reason there's a 20% drop in gold is because those countries now need dollars. They need them now before the price goes higher and higher and higher for gold. And because the Asians and Europeans are selling those type of assets, that's why we're seeing, in my mind, a drop in those prices of gold and crypto. So they need to secure that oil that's going up and up and up. Let's move out of here. Let's move it into oil. Oil prices are rising, at least on the short term. But for those that worry about, is this America first to do this? I will finally end this bullshit conversation with this. Yes, it is America first. In the grander scheme, 2 points that I mentioned earlier. we're going to maintain or even be wealthier off the petrodollar. We're also going to be making it more expensive and cutting off and crippling the LNG coming out of the Middle East. And so the ability for, say, a country like China to power any uh, data centers or fabricate semiconductors at scale are are going to be pressing on them. And now China is going to be dependent on all those checkpoints, whether it's Venezuela, whether it's um, the Strait of Hormuz, Iran, that now the checkpoint's going to be the U.S. Navy. And if they want that oil, then they're going to have to be on our terms. So, yeah, that's my thought. That's my thought of what's going on, at least through the oil lens of this, and how that oil lens, if we forget about, although a big thing, war, right? We're worried about lives and stuff like that. The end goal to me is the lifeblood of the oil. And the lifeblood of the oil is going to keep America wealthy, continue it to be the first in artificial intelligence, going to be economic powerhouse. All these countries are going to come to us, and that's why I think this is not a bad deal.
Sounds good. Sounds good. I give you an A+ on presentation, sir.
And let me see. Rack Shack's telling me you're. Oh, he says You don't know what the heck you're talking about. News, news by people you don't want it from.
That's right.
This never cared for.
That's right. That's what Them Boys Ain't Right, TBAR as we call it, is all about. So let's wrap this monkey fuck up, right? Let's
Yeah, I had so many things to talk about, but maybe we can talk about it on the backside.
Well, get this, dude. You hit an hour. We're 3 minutes out from the hour mark.
I know. I had to wrap it up, right?
So what we're gonna do is
they're
probably
tired of listening to me.
No. This is episode 0 Alpha, dude. We did good. We're getting ready to do close out, outro, and call to action.
Well, I didn't. I was
Josh,
still going
stick
in
around.
line with the
Josh still
YouTube. I
here?
didn't mean to. Yeah, I didn't know
Good.
that you were still doing this live.
Oh yeah, dude, we're still live. I'll believe me. I'm the one that transitions to the outro scene. You wouldn't be talking if we. Yeah, dude, this is great. You kept the whole thing going. We're gonna do AAR in as soon as we finish.
All right, so
broadcast, yeah.
If we could do like a break, I would like to use the restroom.
So
Thanks,
we're 2 minutes out from doing the outro. Can you wait 2 minutes, sir?
Yes.
Can you make 1 minute and 30 seconds?
Yes.
All right, great. So we had another great episode of TBAR, like we would have if this is our 100th or 150th episode. Chat, thanks for showing up. Thanks for engaging with blah, blah, blah. And we thank you, gratitude. We're going to get better and better at this because we're talking with chat all the time. And I want to remind everybody to check out the TBAR the TBAR Patreon account and the merch store. It's coming. It's being developed. This is an Eagle Bradley production. That's another call to action I would do in there. Auditory Ecstasy Music. Listen to it, follow, subscribe. That's another type of call to action. Hey, check us out next week when we talk about AI and whatever the fuck Steve was rambling about that he didn't get to today. There's another call to action type. And then there's more that I'm not thinking of right now. And you've already said your goodbye, or one of us does the goodbye. It's probably me because I transition the scene. So you would have already said, oh, thanks, chat. See you next time. I would wait for you to do that. And I would go, hey, thanks, bye-bye. And outro scene.
Lord have mercy. Y'all ain't right.